You are having issues witnessing your code changes in your Unreal editor? Well, in today's Perspective Games tutorial, we will demystify live coding, auto reload, and other tips that will help you understand when and where you will see the updates from your code and your Unreal editor. Let's first start by sharing the code in question. Please note that the code is shared in the description of the video. So basically we are using a simple actor, really simple actor. It's simply a basic shape. It's a basic cube mesh. It does nothing special. You can see right here I have the unconstruction function, but I'm not using it for now. And I have also my begin play, which indicate that I will simply use the print debug message when I will start the game. So let's try to drag that actor into my map in my editor. I'm using here. So a couple of things right away. As you can see, I can see that this is a cube directly in the content browser. Why? Because it's defined in the constructor right here. So if you set a mesh in your constructor, it will be visible in your content browser. So right now, let's just see if the message is printed every second as expected. So as you can see, we see hello world every second. Okay, this is working. Let's say I want to do a code change and I want to maybe change the material at runtime of this cube. So I could go right in my code, I could go in my begin play, and let's uncomment that code part which is used to set a material. Right, so I can save that. And now how can I witness the change? Well, I can go in my editor, and as you can see there is a button right here. This is a button for live coding. The other option you can do is instead of clicking it, you can also use the shortcut, which is Ctrl plus Alt plus F11. So now we are trying to link the change. Yes, this is supposed to be a success, but as you can see, this is already a bit an issue because I'm talking about changing at runtime, but maybe what I would prefer is to change my cube and the editor and even in the content browser. But let's just see if this is working. So as you can see, the material is changed, but during the begin play. So live coding is working pretty well with any existing functions, especially the one that you are using at runtime. So let's stop that. So let's say I don't want to change the material at runtime, I would like to change it in the editor. So what you could do, there are a couple of approaches you could use. First of all, let's just be sure, let's remove the material from begin play and make sure we have no material at all. Go back here and run the live coding with Ctrl plus Alt plus F11. Alright, and now let's play. We should no more see the material. Perfect, this is working, so far so good. Now, let's say I want the cube mesh to use another skin, but directly in the editor and also in the content browser. You have few options, but they all have some caveats. First thing you could do is say, oh well, I could use the unconstruction, but for the unconstruction to work, first of all you need to go in your edit file and you must make sure you have the following signature. And now, just to be sure, this is right here once more. And now I can go right here and I can activate that. And I will uncomment that code part and go ahead and to the live coding. So I could go right here and I could compile a change with Ctrl plus Alt plus F11. But as you can see, I have an issue. I don't have my material as I would like, and if I look at my content browser, I still have an issue with my actor right here, which is not having the material I wish. However, if I was to add this actor, now you can see that my onConstruction has been run. But this is a bit problematic because maybe I would like to change all my existing actors and not only the new one I add. Please note that onConstruction is also run when you perform a transform. So if I change that right here, you see that it was updated, but you might not want to move all your mesh. Maybe you want them at their exact location. So onConstruction, but I was not required to restart the game for now, but it's a bit problematic. And I'm still not seeing my my appropriate skin right here, my appropriate material. Another thing to know with the live coding is that let's just save this right here. File save for now. Another thing you need to know is that it works well with existing functions or methods, but it does not work well with new functions. So let's say I would like to add a new function and witness the change. So instead of using the print message right here, let's use the new print to message right here. Let's go right here, right here, right here, and let's go into the actor right here and try to. So as you can see, I added the print debug message too. Just one warning, I might need to rename that function because I already compiled that before the tutorial, so I'm not sure, but my goal right now is to show you a crash when you try to use live coding with a new function. So let's go right here. Let's try Ctrl plus Alt F11. Sometimes the crash will occur when you live code, but sometimes the crash will occur at just one moment. This is not what I wanted to show. There's an issue right here. Print debug message. Yes. What's the issue? Okay, it's only I'm missing right this. So what this is what I wanted to show. Let's try again to live code. It's not. This is not the error I wanted to show. So I'm trying to come to link a new function. So sometimes you might have the crash while you live code, or maybe I need to start begin play, but it should cause a crash. Maybe I will need to rename the function because it was compiled before the tutorial. Let's try it. So does it work? As you can see, it moved automatically to my editor, probably because it's about to crash, and now my editor just closed and I have an issue. So let's go search the project, and if I'm going back right here, and if I'm okay, and if you want to know why it crashed, sometimes you will have an Unreal pop-up that might tell you, or what you can do is go into the save folder, logs, and you can check the logs, and it will probably say something about the signature does not exist or something. Do we see it? It's not really clear right now, but it basically you try to see the changes of a new function. So I should be, however, it should work if I relaunch the editor. So let's do that right now. And I expect the code to work right now. It should not be too long. So my code started. I don't have the issue anymore. Another thing, interesting thing. So as you can see, the unconstruction code change is now detected by the content browser. So as you can see, I could use the unconstruction code without restart, but only if I add some new actors or if I move them. And at first I did not have the change in my content browser. And let's see if the print is working with the new function. I'm just gonna delete one of them and save and try LOL 2. So just to be sure, we will check, and this is indeed my print debug message 2. But I'm a bit annoyed by that, so maybe I'm telling, well, I don't want to move my cube or add them back. I want them to change right now without the need to restart the game. Well, you might have some questions. So maybe you are not the biggest fan of unconstruction. So let's just comment that right now. And we will compile. We will test something. I think unconstruction is also run if you selected the actors. I'm not fully sure, so we're gonna try it. And I selected the cube, and I now press the Control plus Alt plus F11. And maybe we will see the change, or I might need to move it. Okay, I probably need to move it, so let's just move it a bit. I'm a bit surprised right now. It should not be like that, but alright, maybe I need to put a new one. So as you can see, unconstruction might not be the most reliable. Yes, I'm a bit surprised because normally unconstruction is run when you move the mesh, but it's the kind of thing I was expecting. Also, we can try a breakpoint, and yeah, as you can see, my breakpoint is not properly able to link. So this is not the best. This isn't exactly what I wanted to show you, but my goal was simply for now to show you that I'm gonna remove the material, and I'm not using unconstruction. So maybe I want to change it directly in the constructor, and I don't want to use the unconstruction. So what you can do is go right here. So I can see that my new cube is having no material, and I could say, well, I want that to happen in my constructor. So you could go here, and I could change that. However, this will cause me issues, and I will show you. So I'm gonna do that right now, and I'm gonna rebuild. Let me just check something. Is it the best? I'm trying to think about the best way to show you that. Well, we can do it right now. So basically, I'm gonna do right here. All right, and I don't have my material, and if I go in my content browser, this is still from the previous run, so this is still from the unconstruction. So we will do something. First of all, I want to show two things. I'm gonna comment back this section, sorry. So what we just witnessed is that I cannot simply change my constructor code and see the change. I need to perform a restart or do a trick that I am going to show. So what I will do, I will comment that. So I expect, and I will compile, and I will restart the game. I expect the content browser to have no material and my endgame to have no material as well. So I will compile that. Right. So I have, for now, so now I would close the following. I will exit. We can save, I don't care yet. Save. And let's try to relaunch that. What I expect the content browser to have no material and also the cube and the editor with no material. But this is a bit annoying because right now I need a restart. I might have a trick for you to reduce the restart. So let's go right here. And I expect no material in the content browser. I'm just gonna remove that right here. And I have no material in the content browser. But now, as we already saw, if I change the material right here, I won't see the change. So I am in the constructor, not in the function on construction. I am directly in the constructor. So if I do the change right here, I won't witness the change. We can prove that with the Ctrl Alt F11. So we are not seeing the change, which is a bit annoying, and maybe I would like to see the change. So I have two. Well, the first option I have right now is to restart the game, and I don't. And now I would see the change. What you can do is you might want to you could try to do is say, hey, I want to reload that actor. However, you cannot reload C++ classes. You will get something like this. The following assets are in memory only and cannot be reloaded. So let's do something. First of all, let's check if my change will be seen if I restart the editor. So I'm gonna quit the editor right now. I'm quitting. I'm stopping. It should stop automatically. And let's try to restart. So now this is compiled and so the constructor is run when you launch the editor for your place actor. So now it should work. If you wonder what I'm using debug game. Alright, I now see all my place actor are updated and my actor in the content browser is having my material. This is good, but as you can see, I needed an update. So let's say you're really, I needed a restart. Let's say you are really annoyed by the restarts. There could be some additional options, but I'm going to show you one of them. Let's say you don't mind if you don't use directly a C++ class and you are okay with a blueprint class instead. What you could do, I could do all classes, and since it's public I should see it. My actor is right here. Select, and I'm gonna call that BP and my actor. So I have this right here. So the one to the right is my blueprint, the one to the left is my C++ directly. So let's say I want to remove the material, but I don't want to have a restart of the engine. So I'm gonna commit this right here. I'm gonna save, and we will compile using live coding with Ctrl plus Alt plus F11. Alright, and now I don't see the change. It's normal for now. So what has changed? What has changed is, as you remember, you cannot use reload on a C++ class. It will give you an issue like the following assets are in memory only and cannot be reloaded. However, I can go right here, I can go assets, I can go into asset action, and now I can do reload. And now my content browser is updated, my class is updated as well. So what we learned from that is that if you are okay with using Blueprint, this could be a good option that will prevent you to avoid a lot of restart. Maybe one option would be to, during development, maybe consider using Blueprint, and if you want to benefit from all the performance, maybe there might be some performance advantages of not using a Blueprint class, and then maybe you can do a script that replaces your blueprints with real actors or something, but this is an approach. If you want to stick with C++ classes, then you will, to my knowledge, need to restart the editor. So that's it for today. Consider subscribing, and also the videos are available in French, so you can, I am not sure I'm gonna release them at the same time exactly, but I should do the same video in French if you prefer. On that, have a good night. Thank you.